Previously on my Ironman progress series, I did one of the coolest things I have ever done in RuneScape. I got a pet on Delve level 9, and I kept risking it until Delve level 17 when I actually got the Avernic treads. With that drop, we completed the Doom of Macchiato Greenlog, and we had all the gear that we needed to start doing some raids. So in this episode, I'm going to get my first-hand take on a little bit of in-game PVM. We are going straight to my favorite content in the game, the Theater of Blood. Oh, here we are, my favorite piece of content in the game, the Theater of Blood. I've said it several times, and I will continue to say it because, honestly, I feel like this raid is what got me to really fall in love with old school RuneScape, and my love for this raid has never dwindled away. But before we get into it, I do want to just point out that there was a little bit of a decision involved on what raid to go to first. So I've got pretty much all of the prerequisites that I needed in order to start raiding, but the question was, do I go to Chambers, do I go to TOA, or do I go to the Theater of Blood? Honestly, I think TOA makes the most sense for this account. However, I really need to get an Avernic hilt, so I might as well stay here at Theater of Blood until I get that. And if I decide to stay a little longer, maybe I will, but yeah, we'll just see how it goes. The only challenge though about the Theater of Blood is this is the only raid that it's really not viable to send solo raids, so I have to find a team, and in order to do that, I'm going no other than to 416 itself. If you're not aware, 416 is the free-for-all world in the Theater of Blood. That means there is no splitting for any of the items that you get. If you get a drop in your name, it's yours, you get to keep it. No sharing. Because of that, that leads to a lot of people MVP hunting and trying to get the most MVP points possible so that they get the purple in their name. You're going to see a lot of people in max gear using really sweaty techniques like Phoenix necklaces at Bloat and ZCB throughout the raid, trying to get those MVP points. So yeah, things can be a little toxic. They're probably not the cleanest raids if we're being honest, but you know, if you go into it with the mindset that people are going to do that and you just kind of stay in your lane and do your thing, it's really not that bad. Now, I'm a believer in good karma, so because of that, I'm going to be doing the South Mage role because I feel like it's the role that most people don't want to do. It's kind of the most work in a way because you have to freeze the Nilos at Maiden, but it's not that bad. So without further ado, I think it's time we find a team and get to raiding. Alright, so because I don't have a scythe, I'm probably not going to get a ton of MVP points, so I think I'm going to try and send trios as much as I can, just so that I give myself a little bit of a better chance at getting a purple if we do get one. Good luck, good luck. Another trio, 416. Never lucky. Second time I've had tank and the green ball, which is not ideal. But we're not rewarded, so that's good. It's probably worth quickly mentioning the purples that I do have in my name so far in this account. I have 79 total KC, and I have 4 purples, 1 Sang, 2 Justy Helms, and a Justy Chest Guard. Sometimes you get lucky on 416 and you get a pretty chill squad, and these guys have been pretty funny and cool to raid with, so I just want to give them a shout out. Thanks for not being toxic. All right, we have surpassed the 100 KC marker here, and I think I MVP'd this raid. I did, very nice, but unfortunately, not rewarded. Well, remember how I mentioned 416 can be a little toxic? Well, in this raid particularly, this Slay guy that I was raiding with ran the maze for what our trio partner decided was a little too quickly, and he ended up dying. Honestly, he really didn't run it that fast, but the guy kind of freaked out, so he left the raid after Soda's Egg, and I said, dude, we've got the supplies, let's just go for it. So this is us trying our hand at a duo. Well, unfortunately, my buddy died, and this one got super sweaty. It got a little, it was a little too close for comfort, I would say. Probably won't be trying that again if the trio partner leaves the raid. Lesson learned. I thought it would be a little easier than it actually was, but we did get the completion, and I MVP'd, and unfortunately, no purples, but I felt like that was a pretty solid chance of getting something because it was essentially a duo, and I got the MVP, so it would have been a cool little pog moment for the YouTube channel, but you know what? Unfortunately, we didn't get lucky today. But I raided a little bit more with my good buddy Slay A, who I've added to my friends list, and we got the first purple of the video coming in here around 120 KC, I believe, and it was in his name, but he did get the Avernic, so little sad, and yeah, he we had a little back and forth on that because he knew that's what I was mainly looking for. But yeah, you know what? You're gonna see other people get drops in their name, especially if they have scythes. So it was just cool to see a purple. Ooh, My purple. Please just avernic. All I want. Yes. Yes. All right, so that was KC number 132, if you're curious, and we're just going to go ahead and slap this puppy right onto the Dragon Defender. This is unreversible. Yes, we want to do it. Very nice avernic Defender. If I'm being honest, I don't even know how much extra DPS the avernic Defender is. I just know it looks way better than a Dragon Defender, and I feel like it was due for me to get that upgrade on the account. At this point, realistically, I kind of have everything I need from Taub other than a scythe. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, do I keep sending this raid knowing that it might take me hundreds of hours to get a scythe? Or do I just go ahead and move on to another raid? I'm not really sure, but for right now, I'm just going to keep sending, and who knows, maybe we'll get the big boy. One thing that's fun about 416 is it's like a box of chocolates, man. You never know what you're going to get. You might have somebody with full Radiant Oathplate and an Infernal Cape who literally plays like they've never killed Giant Mole in their entire life. Not going to make accusations, but I don't know how some of y'all are getting those cosmetic upgrades there. And then you get other raids where you're with some gamers and you can skip 30s. So this was pretty sick here, being able to skip 30s with the 416 team. And also, I got the combat achievement for Perfect Maiden out of the way. This is the timing I never know when the first auto is on that. Or the second, I guess. GL. Oh. I think that was, yeah. That's a purple on my MVP. What is it? Okay, that's not. I'm not gonna lie. I would have maybe teared up a little if that was a scythe, but we're good. I already have that. We're good. All right, so I got to commentate over this clip to give you guys the full backstory. So we went for the back-to-back, but our trio partner had to leave, so we had to pick up a third. And the third that we got was this dude, an Ironman. I think he had like 12 KC or something, and he said they weren't scaled raids at Chambers, and he already had a T-bow. And then he shared some other logs that also were crazy RNG, so you'd think the guy would be grateful for his blessings, but no. He was almost annoyed that he didn't have a scythe yet. I think he had like 120 KC or something at the time, and he acted like he had been at top for so long, and I'm like, brother, have a little bit of gratitude for Father Saradomin. But anyway, it was hilarious that he pulls the purple on 2 freaking deaths, and then he has the audacity to say finally when he had a 0 personal dry streak and a 0 team dry streak. This man even typed scythe please before opening the chest, but I think the Mauritania gods had to humble him a little bit. He got justy legs. I might have MVP'd that one. We never get purples when I MVP. Yeah, my MVP. Oh, I got a purple. Let's go. Ooh. All right. Purple number 6, I think. What do we get? Not what you want, but it's a collection log, so I guess we'll take it. Well, it's not what we came for, but it is kind of cool. We've got full Justy on the Ironman, so I feel like that counts for something. Like, it's kind of cool. So we sent a few more raids. We ended up getting up to 161 KC, but I kind of had this, like, it felt weird to Taub when all you really need at this point is a scythe, especially now that I have full Justy, and like the only other unique I don't have would be a rapier, which isn't really that useful right now in the game. So I gotta be honest, as much as I love Taub and I want a Taub, I feel like it doesn't make sense. Like, I feel like if I send TOA, I can go for Shadow and I'm going to be getting tons of seeds and I don't have Masori or some of the other drops along the way. Or if I go to Chambers, like I can get Dragon Claws, I can get full Ancestral. And so, I don't know, man. As much as I want to Taub, I feel like I'm at a point in this account with where I'm at where I probably need to go send the other raids some as well. So hopefully you guys did enjoy a slightly shorter video today, but although the video was shorter, it took a long time to make it. Sending almost 100 top KC is a lot of hours. Like, that was probably like 50 hours of raiding. So hopefully you guys did enjoy it. I'm going to be working on trying to get back into the swing of things at Chambers, I think, until I can get an Arcane. And then I think once I get an Arcane, I'm going to probably go send some TOA. I really would like to get an El Dennis Ward at TOA. And then at that point, maybe I'll circle back to Tob, or maybe I'll go to Chambers and try and get some Ancestral pieces. I really don't know. But anyway, that's where I'm at right now. Wanted to give you guys an update and drop a quick video in the timeline. Hope you guys are all staying warm. It is snowing and icy where I'm at right now, so hope you all stay safe. And if you liked the video today, please drop it a like, drop me a sub. I really appreciate it. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Adios.